It's about history. It's about food. It's about dance. It's about people. But mostly, it's about music.
It's just happy music. You get that 2/4 beat going and you just want to dance and you want to have a good time.
People flock by the thousands to the numerous festivals around the country. Proof that Americans have a passion for polka. Tonight we'll bring you Carl and the Country Dutchman, and Grammy Award winners Eddie Blazonczyk and Polka Family. 3 bands that are breaking the old stereotypes of Oompa and Lawrence Welk.
This is not your grandparents' music anymore. I mean, it's really changed, it's evolved, and it's grown into something that's really cool.
Polka music was born in the heart of Europe. Eddie Blazonczyk's parents immigrated from the hills of Poland, where the music was embraced with a special passion. Since then, Eddie B has dominated the field in Polish-style polka for more than 40 years.
When you're feeling down and out and need some cheering up, I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. Get on out and listen to your favorite polka band. It's guaranteed to help you chase away the blues. We're gonna have a polka celebration. You bring your friends out and I'll bring mine. We're gonna have a polka celebration. We're gonna party and have a good time.
It wasn't always polka music driving Eddie Blazonczyk's band.
Before polka music, it was rock and roll. I went under the name of Eddie Bell and the Bel Airs. And we had one hit. It was Hi-O Silver. And we did the American Bandstand show with Dick Clark. My mother couldn't stand it when I was playing rock and roll. She said, why don't you get out of this weird music and go back where your roots are, into the Polish vein. So I came back into it, and I'm glad I did.
W środku rynku stoi tam latarnia, 50 numer, to nasza kawiarnia. 50 numer, to nasza kawiarnia. A tam w tej kawiarni muzyczka pięknie gra. I tam mój kolega wesoło zaśpiewa. I tam mój kolega wesoło zaśpiewa. Jakby się tu zeszli, bawmy się wesoło. Bierzmy się za ręce, obróćmy się w koło. Bierzmy się za ręce, obróćmy się w koło. Przejazda dziewczyna, co ja z nią tańcuję. Jak się z nią wykręcę, a ją pocałuję. Jak się z nią wykręcę, a ją pocałuję. jej czerwieni, łatwara lub szyja, co jej czerwieni, łatwara lub szyja. Odprowadziłbym cię, dziewczyno, do domu, żeby to dla ciebie, żeby to nikomu, żeby to dla ciebie, żeby to nikomu. Hop, 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 łopa.
My earliest memory of polka music was the first time I saw Little Wally in person. I just about flipped out. He was singing and he had the crowd right in the palm of his hand. And I said, someday I'm going to do that.
When I was just a little boy, my father said to me, come sit beside me, son, and tell me what you'd like to be. I thought a while and then I knew just what I'd really like to do. I smiled at Dad, and this is what I said. I wanna be a polka hero. I wanna be a polka star. Chciałbym ja grać polską muzykę in the ballrooms and the clubs of cities near and far. Sometime later on, I joined the little polka band. Concertina, trumpet, drums, and just one music stand. People came from miles around to listen to our happy sound. When they'd ask, I tell them once again, I wanna be a polka hero. I wanna be a polka star. Chciałbym ja grać polską muzykę in the ballrooms and the clubs of cities near and far. As the years went by, our band became one of the best. We played Detroit, Buffalo, Chicago, and the West. Fans would come to hear us play that Chicago Putnuggy way. When they'd ask, I tell them once again, I wanna be a polka hero. I wanna be a polka star. Chciałbym ja grać polską muzykę in the ballrooms and the clubs of cities near and far. Now I am a polka star, the leader of a band. Radio and TV shows, fan clubs throughout the land. This music has been good to me. It's what I love to do, you see. Let me tell you once more, if I can. It's great to be a polka hero. It's great to be a polka star. Będę grał polską muzykę in the ballrooms and the clubs of cities near and far. Hop, 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 whoppa!
Eddie Blazonczyk's polka heroes came from a simpler time, a time when Sunday dinners were a must and the American family could often be found gathered around the radio for the evening's entertainment. At this time in Milwaukee, Many young musicians were sharpening their skills, accordion skills, that is. Thousands of kids in this industrial city were learning the accordion. Chances are, they were taking lessons from one of the many shops set up by Guy and Thomas LaDuca.
They bought a building on North Avenue, and that was the beginning of what would become one of the largest accordion schools in the country. They had a staff of 47 teachers and 1,900 private students a week.
Teaching accordion was only the tip of the iceberg for these young entrepreneurs.
My dad could see that there was going to now be a shortage of accordions because they had so many students. Every kid and their brother or sister were, wanted in on this thing. It was the trend. And so my dad thought that he better go to the source, which is Italy. No one factory made a big impression on him because certain guys really knew how to make bellows and certain other manufacturers really were good at reeds, but no one was putting it all together. So he decided he would make an attempt to work with the best of all of these manufacturers. That ended up being the LaDuca accordion.
The craftsmanship behind the LaDuca accordion was handed down from generation to generation. Tom LaDuca learned early on that if you build an instrument right, there's no telling how long it will last.
Back in the late 30s, my father worked as an apprentice to his uncles, the Patty brothers. He eventually finished this one accordion that he was so proud of, but before you knew it, his uncle has sold it for several $100. And what my father remembers is how much love he put into that. It was a real labor of love. But then, boom, it was gone. Well, 50 years later, right in this building, the elevator doors opened up, and this man came off the elevator holding an accordion case. My cousin saw the name Patty Brothers on it. He said, Uncle Tom, I think you should come and look at this accordion. My dad looked at the accordion, grabbed a hold of the rail, and his jaw dropped and said, I made that accordion. He said, whatever he wants for it, I'd like that accordion back. And so it returned from whence it came.
Though the LaDucas have expanded their business to include winemaking and the manufacturing of instrument stands and accessories, they've never forgotten the old shop on North Avenue.
There is the voice of Tom and Guy, I think, in the back of our consciousness that says, do something with these accordions.
Family tradition also runs strong with the Blazonczyks.
You know, the neighborhood I grew up with was kind of an ethnic community, so it was maybe half Hispanic, half Polish. So you had a lot of mariachi music, you had a lot of Polish polka music. There was a lot of that stuff going on.
The ethnic music has always been a big part of Ed Jr.'s life. Perhaps it was inevitable that he would accept the musical torch from his father.
I was hoping all along that he would. He's opening up a lot of new avenues for the band, and I'm glad it's happening because that was my dream, to always get this band in front of audiences where we've never played.
grają wesoło.
Stay tuned, because Polka Passion will be right back with Carl and the Country Dutchman.
Hi, this is Eddie Blazonczyk Jr. of the Versatones from Chicago. And while Polka Passion has been heating up your television screen, right now we need you folks to help heat up those telephone lines and call in and make your pledge to PBS. We really need your support. Stick around and we'll be right back.
Hi friends, I'm Diane Bliss, and it is a thrill to be here chatting with you and talking about the great polka music that we've all enjoyed over the years, and now we're sharing it with new generations. If you're enjoying the music, we invite you to call in your pledge of support. At the $90 level, you can have the video of today's program, Polka Passion. But the best part is that when you get the home video, you're going to have an additional 25 minutes. That's right, more songs, more interviews, and it will all be on your copy of the home video. We can only squeeze in 60 minutes into this broadcast, but you've got a great 90-minute program coming your way. If you like the music and you want to hear more of it, we've got it available on compact disc for that pledge at $75. 13 terrific tracks. Now, I know during this presentation, some of the tracks are getting shortened a little bit, but on your home CD, all of the tracks are played to their entirety, nearly an hour of music. $75, it'll come your way. Or if you'd like the audio cassette, that's yours for a pledge at $60. So if that's convenient for you, put it in your car, take it with you wherever you go, put it into your cassette player, and there you've got the Polish music and the polka music wherever you go. If you'd like a combo of the VHS and the CD or the audio cassette, it's your choice, whatever audio medium you'd like. For a pledge at $125, we will send it to you. But most importantly, what we're going to do, friends, all year long is send you great, terrific programs on public television. The music specials, we heard over and over again how much you enjoy them, how much you relish the fact that we're celebrating ethnicities. And that's what we're doing here today in this polka special. We're coming up next in the next segment with Carl and the Country Dutchman. So all of you who are of German descent, you will enjoy that. And in the third segment, the polka family is a combination of a Polish man marrying a Mexican-American gal, and they've got some fabulous sounds to share with you. It's all here on public television, and it's all waiting for you. Make the pledge of support to keep it coming.
Okay, Diane, thank you. Fred Nahat here in the studio of Public Television, and we are waiting to hear from you around Polka Passion on public TV. Dial the number on the screen and make a membership pledge of support to your public television station around this great program. When you do that, you celebrate really the history, the tradition of polka music. More than a performance medium, it's participatory, and we want you to do that for this public TV station, and do it right now. A $90 gift to public television we would love to send along to you. Polka Passion, the VHS, our way of saying thank you for that giving level. A CD at the $75 level, you can continue to enjoy all the music. Or a $60 pledge, we would love to send you the audio cassette of Polka Passion. And when you do make a pledge of support at the $125 giving level, it's the combo of VHS and CD, or a VHS and audio cassette, the combo $125, the giving level, our way of saying thank you for you doing your part for public television, the station in your community, being serviced today by volunteers, taking your phone calls and your pledges of support. Become a member of public TV by making a pledge. Talk to a volunteer and give the gift that continues to give to you more programs like this. It's Polka Passion, and it's our way of helping to continue a rich tradition of music and performance and participation for your passion for public TV. It's all our way of saying thank you when you make a phone call and a pledge of support to your public television station. do today. Thanks.
And I am here with a very special guest. That's right, Eddie Blazonczyk Jr. Welcome to Public Television, Eddie.
Thank you,
It's
Diana.
a thrill to have you join us.
It's a pleasure to be
and
here.
to be watching the Versatones. And boy, you can really make that box go.
Thanks. That's what I do.
Oh, you do that very well, but you
Thank
play
you.
other instruments as well, don't you?
Well, originally we were billed as the versatile Versatones back in the 1960s, and it was because all of the musicians in the band at the time all had versatility and played several instruments, and so they'd switch around partway through the job, and that was kind of a gimmick they had in the 1960s.
Well, that's a great gimmick because it got everybody going. If one person was tired of hearing one version of someone's playing, they switched to another instrument.
Yes, yeah.
How about the reed instruments? Did you ever get into those, the clarinet, the
I never did.
saxophone?
I never did. I fooled around a little bit here and there, but just at home and just kind of hacked around with them, and I was never really into the reed instruments. When I started playing, it was bass or drums, and then I went to the concertina, and then I experimented a little bit with the fiddle. That's all I've done.
Well, more than that, the Versatones have created a sound. It's called the Chicago-style polka. Now, tell us, what distinguishes the Chicago-style polka from other polka music?
Well, I think the Chicago-style polka back in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, it was kind of pioneered by Little Wally and Little Wally Yagello from Chicago, and it was sort of a slower sound. It was a slower beat, and it was more of a I would say more of a music of the hills, more of, say, a hillbilly kind of polka music versus the big band style of polka music that was going on the East Coast at the time. Chicago style was more your family type music, the laid back, you know, maybe one clarinet and a good honky style beat with the drums versus when you were out on the East Coast, you might have had a series of 4 or 5 clarinets in a band and a whole trumpet section and you know, a couple accordions and your stand-up bass and your drums and things. In Chicago, instead of having the big 11, 12, 13-piece bands, they were getting by with 4 and 5-piece bands and just playing a different style of music.
Well, that's terrific to hear that background, because I was a girl growing up in Chicago, and I danced many a dance to the Versatones and your dad, Eddie Blazonczyk Sr., and we're going to have some music coming up in just a bit, but right now I'm hoping that you will go to the phone and make that important pledge to keep us going.
Polka Passion, and it's all for you right here on your public television station, and we would love to hear from you when you dial the number on the screen and make a membership gift of support. When you do that, at the $90 level, we would like to send you the VHS of this program, and it is special. If the VHS has 25 additional minutes of performance captured there on stage, and for you in the form of this VHS at the $90 giving level. So 75 minutes total runtime on the VHS, and that gift continues to make programs like Polka Passion possible for another year. In addition to the performance, of course, it includes the great documentary segments on the tape, and you will enjoy that as well as you take a really rich look at the history and the tradition of polka music, whatever the ethnicity. It is born of people and their passion for music, and above all, the participation that it elicits, whether it's in a Legion Hall or the most glamorous ballroom. It's always for people who love music, and it's dancing its way into your heart right now. And as it does that, talk to a volunteer whose heart is in the right place. They're on the phone banks in your public television station studio, taking your phone call and your pledge of support. Again, a $90 gift. We'd love to send you the VHS if that is right for you. You decide what level is right. That's the great thing about public television. When you do that, make that membership gift, we can continue programs like Polka Passion for another year for you on public TV.
I remember as a little girl growing up, we'd go to family weddings. Yes, I'm Polish. And during those weddings, my uncles and my dad would grab me by the hands, and I was barely up to their belt buckle. And they would dance around the dance floor with me, and the love of the polka got into me very early in life. And that's how it is for so many youngsters. And that's how we pass on traditions, to share them with children. And then as they grow and nurture their own children in the future generations, they continue to pass on traditions. If the polka is a tradition in your family, if the love of this dance is something that you want to keep going and to inspire those around you, your nieces, your nephews, your children and grandchildren, to do the polka, to reach out and open their hearts and dance to their heart's content, now's the time to call public television. Now's the time to make a pledge and allow us to send to you these great moments, these great memories on videotape, audio cassette, or compact disc. Or best yet, go for the combo, because at $125, friends, you are supporting this public television station in a very generous way. That's a little bit more than $10 a month. I lose that much pocket change in the bottom of my purse every month. And my goodness, look at all that this station is going to be able to do with that $10 monthly gift, 125 altogether. We'll produce more science and nature programs, more children's programs, more music and dance programs just like this. And you will feel really great when you know, you're my partner in public television. Every single time you turn on the dial, say, I'm with you. I'm with all of the folks in the studio. Together, we're making this station possible. We can't do it alone, friends, and with you, we do it so much better. Just like the polkas, for those who enjoy it, and the more people who dance it, the better it is. Enjoy and keep on dancing and calling.
And when you do phone that pledge of support to your public television station, we can offer you a great companion audio thank you gift, whether it's the CD or the audio cassette, 13 tracks that you're enjoying in the performance on public television. There is the CD or the audio cassette as well. You decide what level is right for you. When you do make that pledge of support, we can send that along to you. The CD, a $75 gift to public TV, or the $60 giving level brings you the audio cassette. And so many great cuts on this thing. At the Square Polka from Eddie Blazonczyk and the Versatones, a Pizza Polka from Carl and the Country Dutchman, We Are Family from Polka Family, a Suicide Polka, Cassia, Christmas Toy Polka, Polka Celebration, Pennsylvania Hills, so many, many more on the audio cassette or the CD. You decide what medium is right for you, and we will send that along to you. All our way of saying thank you for doing the right thing for public television as you demonstrate your passion for polka, the music that's rich in tradition, whether it's your family dancing in the Legion Hall or in the most glamorous glitzy ballroom or somewhere in between. Polka is for the people, and that's, I guess, why it's on public television, because this is the station, this is the service that is born of participation from people and members just like you, making it happen, connecting with a community-minded volunteer in your public television station studio right now, taking your phone call and making membership happen, and you're doing it together, which I guess is indicative of the polka tradition as well. You decide what level is right for you. We'd love to send you the VHS, a $90 gift to public TV, or a $60 gift, the audio cassette, or $75 for a CD, or consider a combo at the $125 giving level and make your membership count for public TV. Thanks.
You've heard the expression like father, like son. I guess you're following in Daddy's tracks, aren't you, Eddie?
Yeah, I did. My father played polka music, and then I took over playing polka music, joined up with the Versatones in 1988, working with my father, and in 1997, January of 97, I took over the band from my father, running the general operations of the band.
Do you have a vision for changing the band in any way for younger generations, or what's your thought on what you'd like to do in the future?
I honestly don't want to change the band. I don't want to change the style of music that we play. It always evolves, but what I'd like to do is take it to new audiences. I would really like the younger audience, the college audience of America, to give polka music a chance to listen to it and see that it really is a very alternative music. It's a true alternative music in America, and I think it's a wonderful, wonderful dance music, and it's really something that people can party to.
Party is the right word, because
Absolutely.
I don't see how anyone can do the polka and not put a great big smile on their face, Band-Aids on their feet,
No, I
if you
agree.
do it often enough. Besides playing, do you also dance the polka?
No, I rarely have time to dance. Either we're playing up on stage or we're here or there, but I rarely find myself on the dance floor.
Well, Eddie may not have a chance to do a lot of dancing, but I'm hoping that you'll get out and enjoy the polka and dance and dance and dance your heart away. And if you're having some friends over, get that videotape, get the CD or the audio cassette, and play that music, and get together on the living room floor and dance, dance, dance the polka. And speaking of dancers, we have got the Gwiazda dancers who will share some of their talents with you in just a moment. But reach for the phone right now, make a generous pledge to keep polka music alive and well on public television, and share the heritage of all the great sounds that come your way on public television. Now let's enjoy the Gwiazda dancers dancing just for you.
Górole, górole, góralską muzyka, cały świat objechał, nie ma takiej nika. Zagrojcie, ja po robeczce chcę,
Terrific,
Oh,
Fred.
just wonderful, Diane. Beautiful.
When you see the little ones carrying on the traditions and dressing in the costumes, it's so nice and so rewarding to the parents and the grandparents, and there's that sense of heritage that comes forward.
Absolutely, and it reminds me of what we do on public television. We preserve these sorts of family traditions, and I guess above all, polka is about participation, not just performance. You perform as well, and that's the principle, really, of public TV.
And it takes two to do the polka. It takes two to keep public TV.
Absolutely.
You and we. We couldn't do it alone, just like you can't dance alone, right, Fred?
And it's a great performance on public television. We're really enjoying it. Of course, Eddie Blazonczyk and the Versatones. What a performance, and we're going to enjoy so much more of it when we get back to the program, and that's made possible by viewers just like you making a programming membership pledge of support to public TV. So do that today. All you have to do is connect with a community-minded volunteer, and they're really your partner. They're waiting to hear from you as this performance dances its way into your heart. We want to continue these kinds of programs for you on public television. So talk to a volunteer and make this membership connection. That's the way it happens on public television. All you have to do is get to the phone, make a commitment, make a pledge, and decide really whatever level is right for you.
Absolutely, Fred. And when you make that pledge of support, we'll be happy, delighted to share with you the music of today's program and the video as well for that generous pledge. Go for the combo at $125. But now stay tuned because Carl and the Country Dutchman, Fred, this is an extraordinary group who do the Oompa style polka. That is German at its best. Let's go and enjoy, okay?
Right now we've got the dance hall polka.
Elvis may have been the king of rock and roll, but Carl Hartwick holds the torch in the Dutchman polka arena. The reaction of this crowd is evidence of his popularity.
Is everybody happy?
Carl's German-American Dutchman-style polka began evolving in the rural upper Midwest 80 years ago. It's been delighting audiences, young and old, ever since.
So you've heard this one before, huh? I like that part.
Watching Carl play, it's hard to believe that he doesn't read music.
My band instructors always said, yeah, you gotta read the notes, you gotta read the notes. And I said, I can't, they go by too quick. So I just play by ear all the time. Well, it told me that the concertinas and button boxes were about the same as a fiddle to play, which is supposed to be one of the hardest instruments in the world. I don't know, I guess if you grow up with it, it really isn't that hard, but it kind of falls into place.
Oh yeah, get down there. here's Tony Kaminsky.
To some, Carl's instrument of choice may seem somewhat foreign. For others, it's a part of everyday life.
Art's Concertina Bar. I've known Art for at least 20 years, and we play usually 3 or 4 times a year in there, and it is a classic. If you've never been there, you gotta go.
Everybody up there.
For more than 20 years, people have poured into this bar on 37th and Burnham to relive a more simple time. Over the years, Art Altenberg, the owner of this concertina mecca, has acquired quite a collection.
Those are concertinas that I bought through the years. I have 36 on the back bar, and I own 58 altogether. So I have them in the basement, I got in the kitchen, I got them upstairs, and I got one in my bedroom. Once in a while, I can't sleep, play a tune. No matter where I go, I always have a concertina in my hands, so not lost to find one.
For Altenberg, the idea of a theme bar was not a fleeting thought. In fact, he was so serious that he had his business registered with the Patent and Trademark Office as the only concertina bar in the United States.
Tick, 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 tompkins that clock on the wall, and I wonder where you've been all night.
For some, Art's concertina bar may be a passing fad, but for those who frequent the narrow bar on South 37th, it will continue to be the perfect getaway where time stands still, if only for an evening.
Hey, it's back to Polka Passion time, folks. Polka time. Got a few requests for a little tune I wrote about 20 years ago. Here's one called The Christmas Toy Polka. Is everybody happy?
Molly Busta is proof that polka continues to reinvigorate itself with a younger audience.
I did my thesis in college on polka. Well, polka music is just good, fun music, and it's something you have to try. And you can't judge it without doing it, just like you can't judge anything else. You gotta go give it a try and try it out for yourself, and I'm sure you'll come back.
This one's going out for Jim and Annie. Yes, sir, the Bachnicheks.
Stick around because Polka Passion will be right back with Polka Family.
Hi folks, this is Carl Hartwick here from Carl and the Country Dutchman, reminding everybody, get your pledges out there, call in, make a nice big pledge to PBS for Polka Passion, and it will be right back.
Friends, I'm Diane Bliss in the studio with Fred Nahat, and Eddie Blazonczyk Jr. is going to be joining us, and Sue Marriott, who is the producer of the program. So we have got a polka party right here in the studios. Plus, we're going to have some great polka music being played by a band and dancers. But most importantly, if we have you, if we have your pledge, that will complete the picture. So give us that generous pledge right now. And if you can go for 125, a lot of people are calling for the combo. And let me explain how that combo works. You will get not only the video, but you'll get your choice, either the audio cassette or the compact disc. So your combo can come either way, either with a CD or an audio disc, and the video. The video, by the way, has an additional 25 minutes of programming that's not being broadcast today. So you're going to get hours and hours of polka music, sight and sound, by getting the combo at your choice, audio cassette or compact disc along with the video. So call right now, and yes, you could use your credit card. We love plastic here at Public TV, but most importantly, what we love is your involvement as a member of this station. Friends, we could never ever do it alone. Just the cost of the lighting and all the camera work that goes into producing a program, the directors and all the planning. It takes hundreds of thousands of dollars to produce programs like this. I venture to say this program is nearly $100,000 to produce, and then some. And that's where your dollars go to create more programs just like this. We can't do it alone, and you can't do it alone. But in partnership, we will present the best music ever on public television. So join us, become a member of our family, and celebrate polka style right here on public television. Trust me, you'll feel great.
You're right, Diane. Thank you. Fred Nahat here in the studio asking you to make your membership pledge of support. And as Diane mentioned, it is expensive to produce programs like this, but even more than that, it requires the independence, the freedom that we have as a public television station to provide this kind of program. And you can help us do that by making a pledge of support. If a $90 pledge is right for you, we would love to send you the VHS of the program. The videotape comes your way, Public TV's way of saying thank you for your membership gift. And there's 25 minutes of additional material not seen in the broadcast version coming your way on the VHS at the $90 membership giving level and above, our way of saying thank you. If a $75 pledge is right, we want to send you the CD, the compact disc of Polka Passion, 13 cuts. And there's an audio cassette as well at a $60 pledge, and we will send this along to you at that level. Again, so many great titles on this, Pennsylvania Hills, Dance Hall Polka, Ukrainia, Fiddle Faddle Polka, so much more. You decide what level is right for you, and if the combo is right, we would love to send that to you as well. Sight and sound of Polka Passion at the $125 giving level. It's the combo. You can either get the VHS and audio cassette or the VHS and CD version. Tell the volunteer what level is right for you, and if it's the combo, what version is right for you, the VHS and audio cassette or VHS and CD, and we'll send that along to you. And more importantly, most importantly, you'll receive more programs like this for your family for an entire year. And beyond that, musical performances we love to present to you, but also programs on news and public affairs, mysteries, and dramas, and of course, the all-important children's programming schedule on your public television station. That's what you make happen. That's what you make possible with your membership gift. Get to the phone. Do it now. Thanks.
And I'm here with Eddie Blazonczyk Jr. And Eddie Blazonczyk Sr. still performs with the Versatones, doesn't
Absolutely.
he?
He is our lead vocalist. He does all of our vocals, well, not all of our vocals, but he's our lead vocalist. And that's what we're so well known for, is my father's wonderful voice. So if you ever get a chance to come out and see us live, please do, just to hear my dad sing. It's really worth the trip.
More than that, people can hear him sing by getting a copy of that home video, can't they, Eddie?
Absolutely.
And that's a $90 pledge. What's that, about $7.50, I think, a month for public TV?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's a really good buy for the video and for the amount of music and for the amount of time and production that goes into a recording like this. I don't think people understand. And it's definitely a bargain, I think, at that price.
Well, most importantly, they get 365 days of great programs. Front row seat right there in the living room, and that's a great place to enjoy fantastic programs on public TV.
Well, if it's me, I'm not going to stop in the living room. I'm going to make sure I get that $125 package. And I
Go
can take
for
it
it,
in my
Eddie,
car.
go for it.
I mean, we can have Polka Passion in the living room, but, well, Polka Passion in the living room, of course, but I also want to do it in the car. And so I would get the CD or the cassette as well and make sure that I could take that with me wherever I go.
Speaking of music, wherever you go, you take that great big concertina with you wherever you go. Have you ever had any moments that you said, oh my gosh, why did that happen?
I did. We were playing in New Jersey one time, and it was a funny story. We were playing, it was our last set, the show was almost over. We were playing the Ukrainian polka, which incidentally is on this particular Polka Passion video, cassette, and CD. So if you pick one up, you'll get to hear the Ukrainian polka. And during my concertina solo, I actually, the bellows on my box were wearing, and they were getting older, and I actually ripped the concertina right in half. I just tore it right in half. And
That's a little devastating, isn't it?
it was devastating for me because I really had nothing to do then for the rest of the job.
Well, then you can just sit back and watch the rest of the band play on and on without you.
Absolutely. That's one of those times maybe I could have danced.
Oh, okay. But all of you out there can dance to great polka music. And Eddie, you're talking about generations who have grown up, and your dad has probably seen many generations grow and pass it on to the next, haven't he?
Oh, absolutely. Well, my father's been playing through the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and now we're in a whole new millennium. And I think that polka music has evolved over those decades, and you see the different audiences and the different crowds, and that's why I say this is a young music. This is a wonderful dance music. This is a very exuberating, it's someone said to me, it's a very infectious music. You can't hear it and then not like it. So I hope that people call in and they pledge for public television, and they help bring money back to Polka Passion.
Okay, joining me now in the studio, Sue Marriott, the producer of the program. Sue, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What a great show. Tell us a little bit more about how and where it was taped.
This was so much fun to produce. We taped the actual performances at Sokol Auditorium in Omaha, Nebraska, which is a historic ballroom. It's of Czech descent. They actually have a Polka Hall of Fame house there.
Wow.
And it's so rich with history. So that was the ideal place for us to go. Beyond that, we went all over the country scouting bands and doing some of the little side segments you see at the Concertina Bar and the Accordion Factory. And in the next segment, you'll see the bakery that we went to in Pulaski, Wisconsin.
And we've been mentioning over the course of the break that there's some additional material on the VHS. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. There's actually 25 more minutes of music. We filmed for 4 hours the night that we did the performances. So we only had an hour show to work with, but on the video you're going to get 25, almost a half hour of additional footage. So it's really a great deal, and it's wonderful music. It's just we ran out of time with the show, so it's an added bonus for the folks that call in and get that VHS.
And on the CD, the 13 great tracks from 3 amazing bands.
3 exactly. We, like I said, went all over the country looking at bands, and these groups are Grammy Award winning. Eddie Blazonczyk's dad has won the National Fellowship Award. They're just amazing groups.
And we'll continue our conversation with Sue in just a moment or so, but right now, start your conversation with a volunteer. Thanks.
You say, well, Diane, I've never made a pledge to public TV. I don't know how to go about doing this. It is so easy, so painless. The volunteers will take you right through the process in about 60 seconds of your time, and you'll have made your commitment to good quality programming on public TV. And not only will you be funding your own likes, for example, like this Polka Passion, but for example, all of the folks in the community, and perhaps some who are not able to give at this time, you'll be helping them to enjoy public television as well. So perhaps it's Masterpiece Theater or Nova. Maybe it's the nature programs. Maybe it's Sesame Street for the youngsters. So many great shows all come your way on this public television station. And when anyone in that home of yours sits down and enjoys public television, there's inevitably either a thought-provoking program that they see, something that they learn from, or something that they have true, honest, clean enjoyment from. Just like this program that we're watching right now, Polka Passion, this is entertainment at its finest. It's a celebration of ethnicity and all great things that we'd like to celebrate and share with one another. So if you'd like to share some of your dollars, and I hope you will, make that important pledge and join our family, because just like the Polka family, you'll be part of the public television family. And speaking of families, we have got some great music for you to make your pledge by. The Misty Blues will play for you the 1-3-2-3 polka. Sit back, relax, and enjoy if you pledge. Otherwise, go to the phone. Pledge now.
Ładnie śpiewał. Raz, dwa, trzy, orkiestra nam gra. Raz, dwa, trzy i ładnie śpiewa. Muzykanci grają, grają, śpiewają. Muzykanci grają i ładnie śpiewa. Muzykanci grają, grają, śpiewają. Muzykanci grają i ładnie śpiewa. Raz, dwa, trzy, orkiestra nam grała. Raz, dwa, trzy i ładnie śpiewa.
All the sounds of Misty Blues here in the Public Television Studio, and we would love to hear from you as you talk to a phone volunteer and make a Polka Passion, the program that inspired your gift, your participation with Public TV. When you make that membership pledge, we can continue programs just like this for another year, but all kinds of great programs come your way as well when you support public television programming in your community. Talk to a phone volunteer. If the $90 level is right for you, we would love to send you the VHS. 25 additional minutes of performance on the videotape. That's our way of saying thank you from Public TV to you. A $75 gift, again, 13 tracks of polka music from 3 amazing bands on the compact disc, the $75 giving level. Or if the audio cassette is what you'd like to have, a $60 pledge, and we will send that along to you, our way of saying thank you. But don't forget the combo, a $125 gift to your public television station. When you make that membership pledge, we'll send you the VHS and the CD, or the VHS and the audio cassette, a $125 gift to Public TV, and that comes your way. Our way of saying thank you, all you have to do is talk to a phone volunteer in your community, because you make these programs happen with your membership gift. That's what public television is all about. Express that to a phone volunteer around Polka Passion on Public TV.
And Eddie is just, oh, this is wonderful times, because Eddie and I were just talking about all that public television means, and Eddie just told me that he's got 2 youngsters, right?
I do. I have my daughter, Anya, she's 2 years old, and my son, Kale, is 3 years old, and they watch public television all week long.
Well, that's good news.
Yes.
And how about your own viewing of public television? Do you get a chance?
I watch a lot of Barney. I watch Arthur. I get to see the same shows, in essence, that they do, but a lot of times my viewing of television is when we're coming in late at night after a job, and I get to the hotel room, and I'm just hoping to catch a rerun of like jazz or the Civil War or baseball or something like that, the documentaries and the shows that are on PBS, sometimes the old Glenn Miller show or Lawrence Welk, or sometimes some of the great old shows that we rebroadcast on public television are just so much worth your support. I mean, people don't realize, I think, what that money's going for, and when they send in the pledges and support public television, they're keeping those old shows alive, and they're bringing back the reruns of those great shows that you've heard so many wonderful things about. But like when I was too young at the time to really see the Ed Sullivan Show, and Lawrence Welk, I remember, maybe in the 70s, but I was still too young to really appreciate it like I do now when I see it, and I can appreciate all the musicianship and the wonderful things that are on PBS.
In a lot of ways, public television sort of is like the Ed Sullivan Show, in that we discover new artists and bring them forward for people to see for the very first time. The Three Tenors, for example, many people never heard of them before public television. Sarah Brightman, Andrea Bocelli, you name it. Many of them are premiered here on public television. So won't you make more of this possible by calling in your pledge right now and supporting public TV?
All right, folks, thank you. Continuing our conversation with Sue Marriott, producer of the program. Now, we think of polka music, many of us, as the music we hear at weddings, and it really has a deeper history than that, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It goes so far beyond the wedding dances and things like that. There's so many rich festivals across the country that draw thousands and thousands of people and young audiences. We've gone to the festival in Pulaski, Wisconsin, 6,000 people there, and I'd say 80% of them were under 35. I mean, really, it's bringing in a young audience, the different ethnicities, as you mentioned. It's just across the board as far as there's Hispanic, there's Czech, there's German, there's Polish. I mean, it really touches so many different people that it was hard in this show we couldn't represent, unfortunately, all the ethnic backgrounds, but polka, it's a part of almost everyone's life.
And the bands selected for the program, I guess, representative of that. Tell us about the bands.
We picked the cream of the crop, 3 of the best bands in the country. Eddie Blazonczyk and the Versatones, they are absolutely known in the Polish polka category. They've won the Grammy Award. Polka Family also has won a Grammy Award. Polka Family it's a neat story because the father is actually Polish and the mother is of Hispanic descent. So they kind of mix that, their different ethnicities, and it really comes out with the kids playing, and you can hear it in their music. And then Carl and the Country Dutchman, it's the German-style polka, the Oompa, which, different pockets of the country, that's what they go for. So.
And it really is an amazing experience that you've brought to public television thanks to your gift, your artistry. And we want to help continue that legacy of producing more programs like this, whether they're performance or documentary, or in this setting, the combination thereof. Get to the phone and make a pledge of support for public TV. Thanks.
See how much power you have just in making one phone call? You really can create new genres of programs on public television. And that's exactly how Sue got the idea passed on to her, that a polka program might be something of interest. And sure enough, the idea germinated a seed, and that seed turned into this flower called Polka Passion, a fabulous program for your enjoyment. And as you see the thank you gifts that we have to offer you, I hope that you'll decide what level of pledging is right for you, not only for this program, but for all of your enjoyment on public television. So maybe it's a $5 monthly gift or a $10 monthly gift. Go for that combo at $125, because a lot of you are saying, I like to have that music to play on my audio player, or I also would like to have the video to be able to play that VHS over and over, especially if I've got a group of friends coming to the house. So if you'd like to rev up for some great polka music, call and pledge right now. And we have with us the Gvazda dancers who will give you music to pledge by. Dance away.
Welcome back to Polka Passion.
This program is made possible by the National Endowment for the Arts, investing in our living cultural heritage.
Additional funding provided by Nebraskans for Public Television.
When polka music crossed the Atlantic in the 1800s, it entered Mexico at about the same time it came into the United States. So it's no great surprise that when Frank Guzevich met Nellie Romero at a dance in California in 1956, his Pennsylvania Polish polka would blend with her Mexican conjunto style to create a truly all-American polka family.
We travel the country playing polka music, East Coast to West Coast and places in between. Our love for the music binds us together, and all of us are part of one big polka family. We are family, polka family. We're the best of friends getting together now and then. We are family, polka family. This is what a family's supposed to be. You travel the country supporting polka music, East Coast to West Coast and places in between. Old friends meet new friends at every destination, knowing that the parties and the good times everywhere. We are a family, polka family. We're the best of friends getting together now and then. We are family, polka family. This is what a family's supposed to be. Everybody sing along. We are family, polka family. We're the best of friends getting together now and then. We are family, polka family. This is what a family's supposed to be.
When I became about 3 or 4, you started to realize there's something different about our family. We're not sure really what it is, but we know that we're happier than most other people.
I've been many places where I've had some fun. I travel the highways, I follow the sun. When the day is over and I lay to rest, I dream of those hills that I love the best. Everybody, those Pennsylvania hills are calling me home. Those Pennsylvania hills where you're never alone. Those Pennsylvania hills are beckoning me. Those friendly people with their good old hospitality. I've seen all the valleys, I've been by the sea. I've traveled the flatlands in the whole country. But deep in my heart, there's a warm, piercing burn. Those Pennsylvania hills are where I'd love to return. Those Pennsylvania hills are calling me home. Those Pennsylvania hills where you're never alone. Those Pennsylvania hills are beckoning me. Those friendly people with their good old hospitality. Everybody now, go, 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 go. Od miasta do miasta ja se chodziłem, po całym świecie szczęścia szukałem, ale gdzie powiedz, jak sobie byłałem, tego nigdy nie zapomniałem. Te góry Pensylwanii nie bywają, te góry Pensylwanii do mnie śpiewają. Potok był turą pełną radości, ludzie sam do siebie i żywą miłości. Those Pennsylvania hills are calling me home. Those Pennsylvania hills where you're never alone. Those Pennsylvania hills are beckoning me. Those friendly people with their good old hospitality. Okay, everybody go! 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 Go!
Having raised the children in Southern California, there's a profound Mexican influence, and you can hear that flavor in the way my son Fred plays the guitar and the way my son Hank blows the trumpet. You can hear the mariachi influence.
Yesterday she told me that she really loved me, but tonight she said she's only thinking of me. How can I convince her she's my one and only? I told that lady deep inside my heart, że mnie bardzo kocha, wczoraj mi mówiła, a dzisiaj tłumaczy, że mnie się śmieliła. Chciałbym ją przekonać, że jest dla mnie ona, że ona w mym sercu jedyna. Kasia, moja Kasia, daj serce twoje i serce za serce, dam tobie moje. Kasia, moja Kasia, bardzo cię kocham i wierność na wieki tobie przysięgam. Hey! Yesterday she told me that she really loved me, but tonight she said she's only thinking of me. How can I convince her she's my one and only? I told that lady deep inside my heart, że mnie bardzo kocha, wczoraj mi mówiła, a dzisiaj tłumaczy, że mnie się zmieniła. Chciałbym ją przekonać, że jest dla mnie ona, że ona w mym sercu jedyna. Let's go! Kasia, moja Kasia, daj serce twoje i serce za serce, dam tobie moje. Kasia, moja Kasia, bardzo cię kocham i wierność na wieki tobie przysięgam. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, everybody, one more time.
Watching the dance floor, one might wonder how these people can keep up this frenetic pace. They probably won't find a personal trainer. A high carbohydrate diet might have something to do with the energy level.
I can still picture my mother working laboriously over the stove, making pierogis and making gołąbki, which are the cabbage rolls, and all of the other ethnic foods. And there is something about that.
We visited Smirava's Country Bakery in Pulaski, Wisconsin, to try to tap in on some of these secret recipes.
Today we're going to be making punchki and pierogi. Punchki is a Polish pastry. This is an old family recipe. It's been in the family for over 75 years, 3 generations. So many times people say, well, it's a jelly donut. Well, it's not a jelly donut. It's got richer ingredients, it's made by hand, it's not cut out. That's a punchki. And we're also going to be making pierogies. Pierogies are a Polish dumpling. Pierogies are a staple or a must at any polka festival. If you're gonna make these at home, if you're gonna use a rolling pin, God bless you.
Instead of having a machine or anything, we had to roll out the dough with a rolling pin. And the dough is so elastic. It just, you roll it and it would roll back. You roll it and it would roll back. And it was just very hard.
When we had pierogies, it wasn't a side dish, it wasn't a replacement for potato, it was what we ate. Not everything is made in a factory, not everything is frozen, not everything is mass produced. I may not master the Polish language, but I think we've mastered the pierogies and the punchki.
Come on, everybody, keep the party going. Let's keep those hands clapping together. Ooh la la, ooh la la. 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 Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la, ooh la la. Ooh la la, ooh la la. Ooh la la, ooh la la. Ooh la 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 la. Jak byłem młodym chłopakiem, po tańcach chodziłem, śpiewki se śpiewałem. Jak byłem młodym chłopakiem, wesołe czasy ja miałem. Oh! La la, 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 la la. Na zabawie cię widziałem i ja ciebie poznałem, ja cię polubiałem. Kiedyś będziesz moją żoną, kiedyś będziesz moją żoną. Ulala, 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 ulala. Let's go! Jak byłeś młoda dziewczyna, ty zawsze śpiewała i tyś mnie kochała, jak to nigdy nie zapomnę. Kocham cię serdecznie. Ulala, 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 la la la, ulala, 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 ulala. Everybody sing along. Ulala, 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 la la la, ulala, 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 ulala. Fiddlin' Freddie, he's our man. He's the best throughout the land. Listen to him play his country fiddle. Fiddlin' Freddie, play your song. Help the beat go on and on. Everybody promenade with the fiddle. Oh, oh, oh. Fiddle, battle, fiddle, fiddle, battle, the fiddle. Corner rising up his bow. Play a song for young and old. Fiddle, battle, fiddle, fiddle, battle, fiddle. Country melody for you. Come on down and stomp your shoes. Gather around and listen while he plays. Okay, everybody out there in the crowd, grab a partner. Come on, promenade, grab a partner. Let's go. Woo-hoo. Promenade, promenade. Fiddlin' Freddie, play it today. Ah. Everybody clap your hands, take a listen to our band while we have our Freddie play his fiddle. Fiddlin' Freddie's got the beat, listen to him, what a treat. Everybody promenade with the fiddle. Oh, oh, oh. Fiddle, battle, fiddle, fiddle, battle, fiddle. Corner rising up his bow, play a song for young and old. Fiddle, battle, fiddle, fiddle, battle, fiddle. Country melody for you. Come on now and stomp your shoes. Gather around and listen while he plays. Come on, everybody, clap those hands together. Woo! Ha ha! Fiddlin' Freddie, play that fiddle. Okay, everybody up, go!
This is PBS.
Exciting, tremendous, wonderful music, and I'm hoping that you enjoyed it so much that you'll make a pledge right now to this public television station. Our volunteers are right here. They're ready to take your pledge, and most importantly, we're ready to hear your vote for more polka music on public television, because when you call, it is just like going to the polls and voting. That's right. It's a strike for Polish music and polka music and German music and all kinds of great ethnic music that forms a tremendous variety in sound here on public TV. And it's all for you. Look at that audio cassette for a pledge of $60, but a lot of you are asking at the $125 level to get the combo, which is either the CD and the VHS or the audio cassette and the VHS. Take your pick, but most importantly, choose public television right now. How many times have you said to yourself, you know, one of these days I'm going to support public television. One of these days is here, friends. It's the moment right now to say, I've enjoyed the program, and it's worth my dollars, and I'm proud to be a sponsor of great programs on public television. And in return, friends, you are going to feel so good every time you tune that knob to this local station, because in return, you're going to say, I partnered with those folks. I helped produce and make those shows possible. It's a great feeling, trust me, I know. And all of our volunteers here are ready and able to walk you through that pledging process. So if Polka Passion has touched your heart and somehow warmed you and made you smile for just an hour, give back to public television for that magical hour and get the video so that you can experience the hour over and over again, but without Diane Bliss and Eddie Blazonczyk Jr. and Sue Marriott and Fred Nahad doing all the pledge pitches that require to bring the dollars into public television. You're the one that I'm asking to make the pledge right now. And if you can do 125, fabulous. If you could do 60, we'd love that as well. Use the installment plan if that's comfortable. But most importantly, make the decision to pledge.
All right, Diane, thank you. We do want to hear from you around Polka Passion on public television. And again, whatever level is right for you. If it's a $90 gift, we would love to send you the VHS. And when we do that, you'll enjoy the 60-minute performance you've seen on public television, but also 25 minutes of additional performance footage here on the VHS, the $90 giving level, our way of saying thank you. If a $75 pledge is right for you, it's Polka Passion on CD, 13 great cuts from these 3 amazing bands, our way of saying thanks at that level. Or the audio cassette, a $60 pledge, the same 13 cuts, great music, great television, and we'll do that together. If a $125 gift is right for you, we want to send you the combo. It's the VHS and audio cassette, or the VHS and the CD. You decide what level is right for you. You decide in the combo which medium is right for you, audio cassette or CD, and then make that phone call. And that membership gift of support to public television, because when you do that, we're able to provide more programs like this, whether it's world-class musical performances and documentaries like this one, or the news and public affairs. Perhaps it's the mysteries, the dramas, the nature, science series and specials that you enjoy. Or if it's the children's programs that provide all of the great educational messages, propping up your children or grandchildren when they watch the children's programs on PBS. You decide, but the reasons are there, the volunteers are there. Are you there for public TV? Only you can say by making that membership gift. Do it now.
Eddie Blazonczyk Jr. and I are talking about the younger generation taking over with the bands. Isn't it sort of exciting and challenging to do that?
Absolutely. I think it's wonderful, and I think where you really see a wonderful representation of the younger generation is at so many of these wonderful polka festivals that you see throughout the country. The big Polka Fireworks Festival, Seven Springs Resort in Champion, Pennsylvania, July 4th weekend is wonderful. The Pulaski Polka Days up in Green Bay, Wisconsin, which there's footage on the Polka Passion video of that particular festival. And there's so many festivals throughout the country, and that's where I see a lot of younger people coming out supporting the music, partying, and just having they come out for the whole weekend and they just have a wonderful time. It's almost like Woodstock for polka music.
Hey, that's a great analogy, because you really, once you start hearing polka music, once you start dancing to it, you can't stop until your feet are just so sore, or else the music keeps on playing and getting you up and going.
Very, very infectious music. It's a happy music. You can't be down, depressed. You can't be suffering from the blues and listen to polka music. It's a surefire way to cure the blues and to put a smile on your face and put you in a good mood.
Well, that's a great idea to get these, perhaps the thank you gift as the combo. Keep one for yourself and pass another on to a friend and share the spirit with them of polka music.
They absolutely make wonderful gifts, and at the same time you're supporting public television and all of the wonderful entertainment that they bring to you.
And when we take a look at all of those hours that we present on public television, it's so nice that there's a variety, a tremendous variety of documentaries, of music, science. It's all here in one place.
Well, just in the music alone, public television brings you so many different styles of music and different types of music. Like you mentioned, the 3 tenors, and I've seen blues, and I've seen jazz, and I've seen so many wonderful representations from the music field on public television, and it's just wonderful. It's something worth supporting, definitely.
Your gift of support to this public television station supports all the great musical performances that we provide. Again, whether it's classical music, whether it's world music, whether it is jazz or blues or rock and roll, you make it happen on public TV. So do that. Maybe a $75 gift is right for you. If so, we would love to send you the CD. And when we do that, you'll enjoy 13 great cuts on the compact disc. It's Polka Passion. It's at the Square Polka from Eddie Blazonczyk and the Versatones, Pizza Polka from Carl and the Country Dutchman, We Are Family from Polka Family, Suicide Polka, Kasia, Christmas Toy Polka, Polka Celebration, Pennsylvania Hills, Dance Hall Polka, Ukrainia, Fiddle Faddle Polka, Mountaineers Polka, When the World Keeps Turning, 13 great cuts for you. And that's also on the audio cassette as well. You decide if that's right for you. Maybe the VHS at the $90 giving level is appropriate for you and your family budget. Please do that. And if so, we will send that along to you, our way of saying thank you. Again, 25 minutes of additional performance footage on the VHS when you send that membership gift to Public TV. If a $125 giving level is something that you can do for Public TV, make that membership pledge, talk to a community-minded volunteer and do that, and we will break off the VHS and CD or VHS and audio cassette at the $125 giving level for Public TV. It's Polka Passion, but more than that, we want to hear about your passion for public television, and you can do it by dialing the phone number on the screen and making a membership gift right now.
A little earlier, I promised that we had a polka party going right here in the studio, and sure enough, we are going to have a band that will play more songs for you, and these fabulously talented dancers called the Gvazda dancers are here to dance for you. But while they're dancing, I hope you'll take the opportunity to pick up your telephone and pledge generously to this station. Maybe it's to get your own copy of the video at the $90 pledge. Consider that and enjoy the dancers if you've already made your pledge to Public TV. Very, very enjoyable. Those dancers are so talented, and it is great to see the youngsters coming up and following the traditions of their parents and grandparents before them, in celebrating their heritage, in celebrating the music that they've come to enjoy so much, called Polish music, polka music, German music, you name it, with a happy beat. It is exciting, lively music. And Eddie Blazonczyk Jr., you've been playing this music since you were probably about yay high, weren't you?
I grew up listening to this music. My grandparents did this music. My father and my parents in this music. I grew up in the industry and polka music around my home for as long as I can remember. And now my children also listen to polka music and sing and dance, and they're hilarious to watch, very entertaining.
And they're just youngsters, so you're training them the right way, and that is surrounding them with this kind of music.
I think it's very important because it has a lot to do with family. Polka music has a lot to do with family, and as a youngster, I remember going out to the groves and the picnic groves and the outdoor picnics and the halls and the church fairs, and you saw so much wonderful polka music, and I think you have to bring the whole family up in this wonderful music.
And we can do it. If you call right now, we'll keep it coming your way on public television. So be generous, pledge, and smile.
And when you do that, you help the family of public television. You join this group that makes programming possible when you make a membership gift of support. Do that by talking to a community-minded phone volunteer ready to take your membership gift. Dial that number on the screen and connect with public television and make a pledge of support. When you do that, we'll continue more programs like this one, whatever level is right for you. We hope it's a $90 gift, and if so, we'll send along the VHS. Yeah, that's our way of saying thank you for you making a membership pledge of support to this public television station. And let us remind you that when you do that, there's 25 minutes of additional performance footage on the videotape that you're not seeing in the broadcast version of this program, and you will enjoy that because that's what makes public television special. You make it happen by making that membership pledge of support, the all-important gift of music. And speaking of music, there's more to come here in the public television studio. A live performance from Misty Blues. Here they are with their rendition of the At the Ball polka. Here they are now. Enjoy.
Hej, na zabawie widziałem dziewczę, jeszcze nigdy nie widziałem taką na świecie. Jeszcze nigdy nie widziałem taką na świecie. Hej, taka mała, piękna i sprawna, siwe oczy, blonde włosy, ładne nogi ma. Siwe oczy, blonde włosy, widziałem dziewczę, jeszcze nigdy nie widziałem taką na świecie. Jeszcze nigdy nie widziałem taką na świecie. Yeah!
All right, our thanks to Misty Blues here in the Public Television studio, continuing to help us ask you for your membership gift and raise the level of support for your public television station so we can provide more great programs like this and all kinds of programs and series and specials on public TV. How do you help do that? Well, you join the partnership. You make a membership gift. You talk to a phone volunteer and you dial the number on the screen. When you do that, we'll send along the VHS at a $90 giving level and above. And when you do reach for that phone and we reach for the VHS and we send it your way, it will include 25 minutes of additional footage you're not seeing in the broadcast version. So consider that as you make and you consider your gift to public TV. A $75 gift, the CD, the compact disc, 13 great cuts of music, all of those songs that you'll enjoy. You'll put it on your home audio system and enjoy that, whether it's with you and your family or perhaps in a party setting as you participate with public television and Polka Passion. And as you do that, remember that is the underlying principle of not only polka, but also public TV. We can only do that with you and your support. So if you have made a pledge, thank you. If you haven't, there's still time. Do it now. Thanks.
Eddie, the Polish music that I grew up with, the polkas, were the clarinet polka and the beer barrel polka, and all of those were mainstays. We heard them over and over. But now there's a whole new genre of polkas coming about, isn't there?
Absolutely. It's not about the beer barrel polka anymore. You know, that was the stigma that polka music carried for so many years, is roll out the barrel or she's too fat for me, and that's not really what polka music is about anymore. It's evolved so much. It's crossed over into other industries where a lot of polka is now country music that's been covered as polka music. It really crosses over into the Tex-Mex, the Tejano, and mariachi music, and they borrow stuff from Zydeco music, and it's a wonderful music, and it's evolved away from the roll out the barrel and the she's too fat for me type thing.
More than that, what has happened to the polka music is that all the different nationalities are finally coming out and saying, yes, I've got these roots, I've got this heritage, and I'm going to celebrate it openly. I know as a kid I sort of used to hide my heritage, and now I'm a lot more open about it. And I think maybe it's changing, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's something to be very proud of. It's something to be very proud of because it's a dance music, like I said. It's, you know, when you see a group of college students coming out and you see the younger audiences and the younger crowds coming out supporting this music and dancing, and you see a dance floor full of young people just whooping it up and having a great time, how could you not love this music? It's very, as I said before, it's a great dance music and very alternative.
And when you get that video, you're going to have some extra footage, and one of the extra things is the Versatones doing the Wheel of Fortune polka. Let's take a look now while you pledge.
Right now we're going to do a tune that we recorded on our Polka Fireworks album, and this is one called the Wheel of Fortune polka. I sent a tune right out to her the first day that we met. She said, you're great, I love you, you're the best that I've heard yet. Then someone said, don't listen, Ed, she's gonna do you wrong. She said this thing blush and skirt when they played her a song. Love is like the wheel of fortune spinning round and round. One day you're way up on top, the next you're on the ground. All love abounds with ups and downs, and this one's not the end. I'll pick me up, I'll dust me off, and bounce right back again. I'll pick me up, I'll dust me off, and bounce right back again. she's gone and I'm alone, and from the way I feel, it's hard for me to realize our love was never real. But I'll give love another chance, like someone said to do. I'll try again, maybe then my next love will be true. Love is like a wheel of fortune spinning round and round. One day you're way up on top, the next you're on the ground. All love abounds with ups and downs, and this one's not the end. I'll pick me up, I'll dust me off, and bounce right back again. I'll pick me up, I'll dust me off, and bounce right back again.
Another amazing performance on public television. It's Polka Passion, and rejoining us here in the studio, the producer of the program, Sue Marriott. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Now, as a filmmaker, there are a lot of things that you could train your lens on. You chose polka. Why?
You know, this all started with a phone call from a viewer saying, why don't you do more polka shows? And, you know, we thought about it for a little while and thought, you know, why not? The stuff that's out there is actually kind of dated, and there's a huge audience for polka music, as is evident by tonight. And they really are craving something new. So we took the idea, developed it, and hence Polka Passion was born.
Yeah, the great program. And speaking of programs, they're expensive to produce, and this one no different.
Absolutely. As Diane was saying earlier, she says, you know, this show probably cost around $100,000. Actually, it cost over $200,000 to produce this show. It's very expensive. You're talking about, you know, flying the bands in. We had 6 cameras, a boom arm. We're recording every camera. We're multi-track recording all of the audio. This is done at a very high production level because that's what viewers come to expect from PBS, and that's what we gave you with this show. But we can't do it without your support.
And that really is evident. You carried this program off so well, and when you consider that it started with a viewer suggestion and then it rose to the level to meet the PBS production standards, that is something that surely is indicative of public television.
Absolutely. Like I had said earlier, if a viewer had called any of the other networks and said, why don't you do this show, I have an idea, they probably would have been laughed out of town. But public television took it seriously.
Absolutely. Not here. Public television, you make it happen. Make a pledge.
We're having a great time here at Phone Bank because a lot of you are calling in your generous support for Polka Passion, and that's great news to know that you're enjoying it so much that you're putting your dollars to work so we can produce more programs just like this. So call right now. The numbers are on the bottom of your screen, and in return, we're going to keep the great polka music coming your way. The numbers are right there. You said to yourself, well, Diane, I've thought about pledging, and one of these days I'm going to do it. One of these days, make this the moment. Make this the day that you support public television. And you're going to have a great time when you make your pledge because a volunteer is going to smile and take you right through it and say thank you, just like we do.
Okay, here we go. Bardzo, bardzo. It's a little bit different on the end, a little bit jazzy, a little bit of scat music in the middle there, so a little bit different, contemporary. Let's get those hands clapping together. Bardzo, bardzo ładnie chłopcy. All the girls say, play one for me. Bardzo, bardzo ładnie chłopcy. Join the party, come dance and sing. Na naszej zabawie są przyjaciele, przy dobrej muzyce jest gości wiele. Rodzice i krewni ładnie śpiewają, a dziadek i babci razem tańcują. Bardzo, bardzo ładnie chłopcy. All the girls say play one for me. Bardzo, bardzo ładnie chłopcy. a wszy śpiewają, rana hoj rana. Muzykanci grają na masz do rana. Na nasze zabawie są przyjaciele, przy dobrej muzyce jest gościwiele. Bardzo, bardzo ładnie chłopcy. All the girls say play one for me. Bardzo, bardzo ładnie chłopcy. Join the party, come dance and sing.
Bardzo, bardzo. What does that mean? Very, very?
Very, very, yeah. Very, very bardzo ładne, very pretty. Those are the words of that song. Yeah.
And actually, Hank is doing a great job in enunciating all the words, isn't he?
He does an excellent job. Very, very good. Hank, for many, many years, came out of California, has been singing Polish for many, many years. And then what I noticed most about Hank was when they moved over to Pennsylvania, they did so much more work with their pronunciation and their Polish, and they've done just a wonderful job. He really does good.
Well, we're thrilled to be able to be here on public television presenting all these great artists. And most importantly, we're delighted to be saying thank you for joining us today on public television.
Oh, it's been wonderful. It's a great experience, and I'm glad that people are supporting public television, and I'm glad that people are supporting what we're doing here and trying to bring these new musics and these new shows and a lot more entertainment on public television to these audiences.
And as we see the little ones dancing and enjoying and smiling, we know that there's a brand new generation of polka dancers coming up.
All right, folks, thank you. As you enjoy the programming on public television, sometimes we have performances, sometimes we have documentaries. And in Polka Passion, Sue Marriott, you've mixed both of them.
We did a little bit of both. Polka is so much more than just the music. It's really a culture, and so within that culture, I mean, you've got the historical segments, you've got, you know, the instrumentation. We visited the bakery in Pulaski to teach us how to make pierogies and punchki. The diet was out that week, by the way. Yeah. And it's just, in fact, there was other things that we shot, we just didn't have time. There's a little bottling company in Wisconsin that bottles Polka-Cola. And who knew? I mean, we found out a lot of interesting little tidbits in the course of doing this show.
One thing that we do know is it's an expensive program to produce, and that it's interesting that you were able to get the performance on stage, but also tell the story as well. As, in terms of the influence of polka music, can you articulate some of the differences between, say, German and Polish and even Hispanic and Slovenian?
Absolutely. The German style, which a lot of people refer to as the Oompa style, which sometimes that phrase is they don't like to use that because it's kind of the old polka, but the German, it's definitely evidence with the tuba. That is why they call it the Oompa style. As far as the Polish, you'll notice there is no tuba in the Polish style, and Hispanic, you can hear a mariachi influence in the Hispanic. It touches on so many different cultures, and it's funny because I was new to polka coming into this show, and I really learned a lot about it. And you know, just in 2 years of making this show, I didn't know the differences. Now I do.
And not only did you learn, but you've taught our audiences nationwide enjoying this program on public television. And for that, thank you.
Thank you.
Eddie Blazonczyk Jr., it's been such a joy to be having conversations with you and getting to know more about the polka music.
I'm really glad to be here. I'm glad that I was invited to come down here and be a part of this Polka Passion documentary. I think it's a wonderful program, and I think it's something that is really good for public television.
And some of the songs that you're going to be getting if you get that CD or the audio cassette that you're seeing now are?
Well, on the CD, I see At the Square Polka by Eddie Blazonczyk's Versatones, We Are Family by the Polka Family Band, The Suicide Polka by Eddie Blazonczyk's Versatones, the Kasha Polka, the Polka Celebration, the Pennsylvania Hills, the Ukrainian Polka, Fiddle Faddle, and many, many more.
And it'll all come your way if you call in that pledge at either $60 or $75 or the combo at $125. And Sue, thank you for producing a fabulous program
It was a lot
for
of
public
fun to
TV.
make, a lot of fun to make. I told Eddie earlier, I said I couldn't have been submerged into a nicer culture.
And it's a very lively culture, right, Fred? You married a Polish girl. She must be getting you, huh?
I certainly did. And speaking of family, this is the kind of family programming we make possible when you make a gift. Now, let's enjoy more great music right here in the studio.
I call her my polka angel. She's as cute as she can be. All dressed up in frills and lace, she sure looks heavenly. No, you can't see her halo, you can't see her wings, but I know she's from heaven by the happiness she brings. She loves polka music, she's a polka fan. She loves Polish picnics with all those polka bands. And it's that happy music that lifts her spirits high. And you should see her polka dance and flash those big brown eyes. I call her my polka angel. She's as cute as she can be. All dressed up in frills and lace, she sure looks heavenly. No, you can't see her halo, you can't see her wings, but I know she's from heaven by the happiness she brings. That we got a date. Hurry, Mom, hurry, Dad, we're gonna get there late. She loves that polka music. She loves to dance and sing. And every time she sings a song,